Finally got it. I was having trouble there at there a minute ago getting this thing to work right. Yeah, I was struggling. Whenever I went to turn the computer on, I realized that I just left it on from last time. And, oh shit. No. No. Undo that. I just clicked fuck shit. Hold on. My computer, I just accidentally clicked restart instead of, am I still live? Are we still up? Are we still there? Nope. Shit, I'm gonna have to do this. What's up, Eminem? Yeah, that's a good spot to fade out on that. I'm just enjoying jamming a little bit and try to... Damn, I guess just trying to see if the damn thing will, trying to see if the damn thing would actually record. So, first off, I was, I started streaming. And I had all the nice little intro screen and everything and the intro music, and I looked down and I realized, oh, cool, the music isn't coming through on my OBS. So I had to restart the OBS, shut it down, and open it back up, and then, restart everything and go all the way back around and do this again, and this is a late episode and I apologize for that. But let me go ahead and get audio recording before I forget to do that. So yeah, this is a late episode, and like I said, I apologize for that. But you might understand. I started watching Game of Thrones a few days ago. And I'm on episode 3 of season 5 right now. And this is taking over my life. And it's sort of come at a convenient time because I am sad that I missed my brother Carrie's wedding in California. I'm not happy about that. And I'm not feeling very good about the situation that I'm in that is causing me to not be able to be there. And I'm just not happy about not financially being able to do that, you know. And yeah, I feel really bad about that, and I'm like real upset about not being able to do that, just because I'm just so behind on so many things right now that it's not even funny to talk about. But that being said, I haven't really been felt much up to like being in public or like being around people. I did get out of the house last night and go do trivia. I left the house a little bit earlier because my buddy Chad and Brittany, or my friends Chad and Brittany, are getting married tomorrow here, and I am setting up the PA system for their wedding tomorrow, which was part of the situation for this weekend. See, this was supposed to be a Boone trip for cornbread. And we end up having, which would have been my brother Carrie's wedding yesterday in California, which I should have been at. I should have been there, and I just couldn't afford it, and just feeling bad about that has gotten to me to where I don't really want to leave the house or anything. So I've got 8 years worth of Game of Thrones that I had backed up that I waited this long to watch. And I literally waited 8 years for this because I knew I would like it too much. And as I predicted, it has taken over my life. And it actually helps a little bit to to have something like that whenever you're feeling like sad about something, just something to take your mind off of what's going on in life. And that's where I'm at right now. It's just, I really enjoy having Game of Thrones to take my mind off of like not being able to go to California and then not the weekend trip that we were going to be going to Cornbread was going to be going to Boone to do. That trip ends up being like a pretty expensive trip, so to anything I would have done except the thing that I'm actually doing put me in a financially negative position, which I'm already in. And I know that sounds horrible, but being an adult is just not much fun. sure you get to sleep whenever you want to, and go do whatever you want to whenever you want to. That part of it is great, but just the other things that you have to worry about, like the cost of that freedom, is so high. But anyway, so yeah, that being said, I was supposed to record this episode on Wednesday. Sorry I'm rambling about, because I've been doing nothing but sitting around smoking, watching Game of Thrones, so I'm probably a little less together than I normally am. But yeah, this has just got me in a funk. It's got me in a funk, and it's had me in a funk for a couple of weeks now. Just actually, maybe even more than that. Just maybe this weekend has just been a point of stress in my life, and it seems to be equally stressful. Even though the thing that was stressing me out the most is not on the plate anymore, just I was just stressed out thinking about, like, first off, just going, going away for, not. And I know that they keep coming back to this, but just going away and missing those finances. Like, for lack of a better term, sitting here this weekend not making any money costs me, or is going to end up leaving me in a financially better position than in any other situation. Like, I know that that's a horrible thing to say, but I just can't. I just can't afford to make those kind of decisions anymore, And I texted him and told him I loved him, and I was so happy for him, and I was gonna make it up to him somehow, and I will make it up to him somehow, and I don't know how, but I will one day. I'll figure it out. But Game of Thrones is kind of becoming that thing that I can have where I can, like, it's funny how series work like that. Do you guys have that at all? To where you have like a series or I know there's a lot of people who have, like, this album saved me, like this record really saved me. But what about a series? Like, dude, like, I remember, and I know this isn't a series, but like Harry Potter, when I first started getting into Harry Potter and stuff like that, it was a little bit later than usual, and I just kind of used that world after a lot of just shit went down in my life and a lot of negative things, and I just used that world to live in, and it made things better. And I think that that's a coping mechanism that actually holds up to time pretty well. And I have a lot of those. Like, Game of Thrones is going to be one that gets me through this little funk that I'm going through right now. And it's weird because it's technically summer, and I usually do the seasonal thing, but I actually had a really good winter. So I guess that just means it showed up late. Like, my seasonal depression showed up late. But that's fine because, like I said, I recognize it now. I recognize it now, and I know what it looks like, you know. So I can keep myself from, I recognize it now, so I can keep. I'm sorry, I know I'm scatterbrained and everything, but I'm just like kind of really stressed out, like just I have idle hands, and idle hands are the devil's playground, and I have just, usually play gigs on the weekends, and I don't have any gigs to play tonight or tomorrow, and well, not necessarily because I'm doing the I'm gonna sort of be DJing with Patrick at the wedding, not necessarily DJing with him, but he's gonna be DJing with the my PA system, and we're gonna be doing the like announcements and things like that, I think. So but anyway, yeah, I'm not having. The thing that I'm saying is that I'm already in a situation that's not ideal financially, and what was that sound? No. Why is this? What is that thing? What are you doing on my computer? What is a Mac auto fixer? Where did you come from? Anyway, yes. So I was just basically, and I'm gonna move on from this because I feel like I'm just kind of whining for 15 minutes, and I'm sorry for that. But yeah, I was just in a situation to where financially I wasn't doing well, and now I'm in a situation to where I'm making $0 this weekend, but making $0 this weekend and not spending any dollars going elsewhere, because going to Boone or going to California would 100% both put negative dollars on me, and I hated to make it about me, and I don't think that I told Charlie I felt like I would be a burden on everybody if I did go. But yeah, I just felt like I would be a burden on everybody if I was there. And that's so stressful to me just to think of like being, and I know that I'm not trying to make this about me or anything by any means. I just know how I am, and I know my problems and my mental quirks and everything like that. And I just know that I won't do well in situations like that. And I'm makes me sad not to be there, but damn, I'm just so temperamental emphasis on the mental. And yeah, I'm just so temperamental. I feel like I would be a burden on everybody else there. I feel like it would take away from I feel like me knowing me and just being awkward and being weird with this anxiety that I have would just make me. I feel like I would take away from what was going on this weekend there. But I spent about an hour cleaning the house earlier today, which was much needed. I needed to do that. It makes me feel a little better to have gotten that. See, I've realized that clutter in your house, clutter around you, kind of does like clutter up your mind a little bit. And I have a lot of clutter. I have a lot of stuff in a small space. Like that's fine, Eminem. I don't mind that. Most of these are for me anyway. This one certainly is. This one's certainly one for me. But that's why I'm glad I have this Game of Thrones that I've waited all this time to watch. I'd keep telling my sister Sarah that she should watch Harry Potter, and she says she's saving it for a time when she really needs it. And I understand that, because I really needed Game of Thrones right now. Like, it's good for me to have somewhere else to live than the real world for a little while. It's good for somebody like me to have that out, you know? That option. What's up, Abby? How's it going? Be careful driving. Love you back. Eminem, I'm sure I'll be around. I'll have some Game of Thrones rolling for sure. But yeah, if I get that notification, I'll talk with you. But basically, I know Carrie probably will listen to this, my brother Carrie. I'm sorry, dude. I really am. I'm so sorry that I'm not there. And I'm still on the group message, and I'm getting messages from where everybody's doing things. And like Charlie's sending me messages of stuff like a picture of my name and an empty chair. And like I felt like shit when I got it, and because I know I should be there. Like I know I should. Like, I think I am, if I'm not mistaken. Am I not? I think I am subscribed to you. guess I'm not. But anyway, yeah. I'm sorry I couldn't be there, guys. I love you to death. I just financially can't swing it. Couldn't do it. I couldn't make it happen. And I thought I was going to be able to. I made a promise I couldn't keep. And that kills me. Made a promise I couldn't keep. See, I've probably had people look at me strange when I'm just like, if they'll ask me to do something, I'm like, I don't want to say I will or not because I just don't. I'm so strange. I'm so weird about like, yep, am now. Yeah, I might be considered an asshole because I'm just like, yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to tell you I'll do that because I don't want to make a promise that I'm not sure I can't keep. But I did this time. I made a promise that I probably knew that I couldn't keep. Like, I probably knew that I wasn't going to be able to financially do this. Like, well in enough time before I should have said, hey man, I don't know that I can do this. And that's something I'll never get back. But what can you do? What can you do? Like I said, I'll be, and I know that this sucks, but I think that in the long run, I will 100% regret not being there. 1,000,000%, I will regret not doing whatever it took to get there. But I just, for now, I have to make this decision for financial reasons, you know. For financial reasons, indeed. Let's see. Old Brian Jordan. Brian Jordan is one of my best friends. He's getting married. He's getting married soon. I have to do some guitar picking for one of his for his wedding. One of his friends to sing to. All I have to do is play. But anyway, yeah, I know I'm boring you. I'm sorry for that. I apologize 100%. I don't want to get you guys all in here just to you know, drop a big old
Suck me, beautiful.
on you. I don't want that. I don't want that. You know, I don't want it to. You know, I don't want anything to go wrong. Like Yes.
This is just a bad reception, honey.
Respect my hairy ass.
What's that?
What's that? What's that? But
And one time at band camp?
Oh man, come on, dude.
Well, safer than a tube sock.
I guess you got me there. One more for the road.
Suck me, beautiful.
But anyway, no, I'm a. That's what I call like noodling. You know, like your fingers are noodling. Like that just sounds like a noodle, right? Doesn't it? Sounds like a noodle. I feel like it just sounds like the finger picking, because you put stuff like finger picking on YouTube, you know, that might show up in questionable sectors, so to speak. But yeah, I've been feeling like such a piece of shit lately. By not being able to do this thing that I've like had weighing on my mind over the last few months, and now that I can't do it, I just feel like nothing too noodling, Abby. It's not hard to do. I can help you. I can help you with that over this, right? It's not that hard. People make a big deal out of it, but it's just really not that difficult to pull off. But anyway. Yeah, I felt so shitty about not being able to go to the wedding in California, and then I knew that I was gonna go into the wedding in California. I was gonna have to be there just for like the wedding, because I was gonna have to play gigs right up until the day I left to make enough money to get a plane ticket to go, and the money that I had to put on a plane ticket, I had to pay that. I had to give that to my landlord. I just gotta, because I mean, I can't afford to go behind on my rent, and I had to do that, and I ended up like not doing the one thing that I really wish that I would have done just to be able to stay above water, you know, and that's a difficult decision to make, and I'm not good at making decisions. Even last night at trivia, so now granted, I was pretty stoned when I got there just because I'd been doing nothing but smoking pot and watching Game of Thrones all day long. And so when I got there, Mr. Bill told me that there were going to be a few more guests, and I was like, yeah, that's fine, that's cool. But then when everybody got there, I was just not in any situation to where I could, like, I was in no situation to help, like, with making decisions. So everybody else started just like, we moved to like 3 tables and ended up splitting the team up, and like there was no hard feelings. I was just really I was really stoned, and I didn't want to be outside, and I didn't want to. And one of the guys that showed up to play with the inevitably the other team had a dog, and I didn't want to sit outside. I just didn't want to. I didn't want to sit outside because it was. I'm fat, and I don't know, it get maybe hot. I'm sure it actually felt fine, but I'm a person of simple wishes. I want to just do the same things over and over again until I die. I just want to do the same things. I want to go to the restaurant. I want to sit at the same table. I want to order from a combination of the same exact things every time. Like I'll get either a chef salad, or I'll get a stromboli, or a calzone, or split a pizza with Mr. Bill. And that's always like that's pretty much, I stick to those 3 things. I might order outside of that every now and again, but I'm one of those guys that when I go to a restaurant, I know exactly what I'm going to get every time. That's just me. That's how I am. But I just, and I feel like a dick even then. I felt like an asshole last night a little bit, just because I felt like it was my doing. Like I was the one that, it's almost time to hibernate 100%. I've been getting an early start on it, Abby. It's been actually cool outside and feeling great, and I just haven't been wanting to enjoy it just because I've been just I don't know, just sad. But yes, consistency is exactly what it is. Some people say, "Oh, that's boring," but everyone's, "Oh, that's just boring," and I'm like, "Okay, that's fine," but it can be boring all you want it to be, but it's consistent. If it works, it works. I don't, you guys watch Freaks and Geeks? Freaks and Geeks, one of the greatest stories of all time. I love Freaks and Geeks, one of my favorite series. And actually, Freaks and Geeks is another one of those things that sort of showed up at a time in my life when I was like sad about something, and it gave me a world to live in for a little while, And when I watch that, there's an episode where the mom is trying to spice it up in the kitchen, and she tries to cook something different because she finds out in her daughter's diary that her daughter they cooks the same meal. It's gonna be roast or pot roast or beef or whatever have you. Pot roast and beef stew are the same thing, but like pot roast, meatloaf, whatever the hell, spaghetti, and blah 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 again. And she's talking to the husband about the daughter's diary, and he's like, "Well, you cook the same foods all the time because that's what I like. You cook the same things because that's what we like. It's good. You do them well, and we enjoy that. And consistency is key. So you can eat the same thing. I love consistency. I love that. People think, "No, that's crazy," or why don't you live a little? I hear that a lot. Live a little. And another thing that I hear people say a lot is go out and go travel and get out of where your comfort zone. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, but that doesn't sound fun to me. That does not sound fun to me. Like getting out of my comfort zone and getting out of my just getting out of my comfort zone. That doesn't sound fun to me. I'm not about that life. I enjoy being home. I enjoy this. I enjoy the not having to. But I don't know. And I say that right now because the me right now that's talking to you is 100% all about that. It's all about not having to leave home, not having to go anywhere. You see, I still got my hair in sleep mode. So I feel like I said, right now I just feel sad to where I don't want to leave the house. I could do everything that I do without leaving the house. I if I could play shows right here, stream them to you guys, like stream to everywhere I was supposed to be, I would probably do that. And I understand that that's not a normal thing. And I also have no desire to be normal, whatever the fuck that is. And I will get out of that one day. I will one day be different. I'll one day have a different idea of what fun is. I will one day be able to get on my bike and go ride around the block a few times and go down to the walking trails down to Huntington Beach State Park, and I'll eventually be able to get out into the world and communicate with other normal humans like a normal human. I will one day be able to do that. That is my goal. But I played a dangerous game by spending too much time alone. And I played this dangerous game knowing the consequences because I needed to know who I was. I had lived my life way too long not knowing who I was. Acting like because the person that I was when I was drinking all the time, that wasn't me. That was whoever the alcohol created me. Whoever the alcohol created. Whenever I was doing cocaine after that, I wasn't myself. That was whoever that drug made me. I wanted to know who I was. I wanted to learn more about myself. People that spend a lot of time alone, you learn a lot about yourself or you go crazy. I think I might have done both. I did learn a lot about myself, but I wasn't no doubt am going crazy. But the only thing about it is I think that's the trick. I think you kind of have to go crazy a little bit, or go to the point to where the people around you think that you're crazy. What is this? Oh, hey, Jamie Deluxe added you as a friend. Thank you, Jamie. We're Snapchat buddies. But yeah, I think you kind of have to go to the point where people around you are like, yeah, that's crazy, or yeah, you're crazy, because I think that's what figuring it out is. Like, because it's not going to be something that everybody is going to understand. Therefore, crazy. Everybody calls what they don't understand crazy, right? That's how it goes. If you don't understand it, it must be crazy. So I feel like that's the trick. Did the Braves win? Braves lead Marlins 5-2 at the end of the sixth, which means that the final of that game is going to be 7-5 Marlins. Watch. I'm not even watching it. I'm watching Game of Thrones. I haven't watched the Braves in like the last few because I just it's too much for me. It's too there's a long season. There's a lot more baseball left. I can't watch it right now. That we have to make more moves before I can start watching the games. Again, I know that's a hypocritical thing to say, but I just can't. I can't watch the Braves right now. But anyway, we're not talking about the Braves today. Chop on, however. Go Bravos. I want them to win, but anyway, yes, I think you have to go crazy a little bit and I want to be the person who's very comfortable with exactly who I am, but able to go out into the world and not broadcast that to everybody. Because just as a defense mechanism, I'm just going up to people, and for the first time ever, I'm like airing out like how crazy I am. I'm like, hey, just let you know, I'm a crazy person, and like you should know that. Going further with this, and then I think that I immediately just put those people off, you know. But I would rather do that than like lure them into thinking that I'm normal, and then they're like, oh, this guy's not normal. He is not. He's crazy. I've made a lot of mistakes by doing that, like setting people up to think that I'm normal, and then obviously it turning out that I'm not, and they're like, oh, okay, so this is not the person that I met and have known for a while. This is a different person. So I kind of want to, and I do that a lot. I do that to people that I can tell that are going to be in my life for a while. I'll tell them, hey, like sometimes I might be hard to get through to. Sometimes I won't want to really I won't want to be around you. Sometimes I want to just get away. Sometimes I don't want to be around anybody. Sometimes I want to be alone. I just don't. I mean, sometimes I don't want to. Yeah, sometimes I don't want to be or I want to be by myself. Sometimes I just don't want to talk to people or be around anybody or And or if I'm around somebody, if I'm around a lot of people, and the will to be around these people fades away in the middle of me being around these people, usually I will say, okay, that's my cue, and I get up and I leave. If I'm in a situation to where I can't leave, I won't say that's my cue. I'll just turn into somebody different. I'll turn into a different monster completely. And it's just not a fun thing for anybody involved. And yeah. So I guess in I use that word like I know what it means. Is that what it means? Like, I guess in conclusion, I can say I'm a crazy person. I know I'm a crazy person. I'm more than likely a crazier person than I would have been because I spent a lot of time by myself. But I know myself better than I know anybody else now. And that hasn't always been the case. I have always been that kind of person to find somebody to pour myself into becoming the kind of person that they would want me to be. I've always been that way, and I've always been very good at choosing someone to please, or choosing someone that I wanted to, that I just wanted to please. I had never chosen myself as that person. I had never chosen myself as that person. And I finally got to the point to where, come on, there we go. I finally got to the point to where I had chosen myself as that person. And yeah, so yeah, I finally got, like I said, I finally got to the point where I chosen myself as that person who I wanted to please. And I feel like that's the greatest decision I've ever made with my life, because spending a lot of time alone becomes addictive, and then you don't want to fuck with the world anymore. You don't want to fuck with, and I don't mean fuck with the world as in like commit suicide or anything crazy like that. That's not, don't misunderstand. What I mean is, you don't want to mess with the world, is that you don't want to go out into the world and deal with the people. And that just doesn't seem normal, I know, to hear. It doesn't. Because there is no way that people can get by without communicating with other people, right? And I don't know. I don't know if that's impossible. It is right now, for the most part, but there will come a time when it's not, and this will just be how life is, and this is how the world will work. Like, everybody will be like this, because I have been sent from the future to show you how people will act in the future. I am a future man. What if I'm right, though? What if I'm right? What if people are all like me in the future? What if they're all like, just, they don't want to leave home. Everything in their life is just, anything where they have to leave the house and communicate with humans is just, just something to hinder them from being home, just something to keep them away from home. And all they want to do is get back home, because that's where I'm at. Like my goal in life is to go back home. What if everybody's like that one day? What if I really am like I'm a trendsetter. I don't mean to brag. I've set a lot of trends randomly. I hope that this isn't one, and that one day I'll be able to get out into the world and be normal. But I fear that what I'm doing right now is the beginning stages of what everyone will do eventually, or be forced to do, or have to do. That's probably how it'll work out. Probably be to the point where everybody's so scared to leave their damn houses because something awful's going to happen. And I've said it before, the population control in the world is an issue. There's too many people in the world. And if you can't control how many people are in the world, the least you can do is keep them home. Then you have Netflix and Amazon Prime. Netflix and Amazon Prime. You don't even have to go to the store if you don't want to anymore. And hell, I'd use that. I have when I actually am up on my money and not worried about every penny coming out of my bank account. I get most of my shit off of Amazon Prime. It's much cheaper. That's the thing. It costs money. The more money you have, the cheaper life is. And that's true. I know that it sounds like, oh, isn't it not? Stuff's going to cost the same. You're just going to have money to pay for it. No, stuff doesn't cost the same when you have money. It's cheaper. I never bite my fingernails, but I missed a corner on that one. It would drive me crazy. Anyway, here's being a crazy person, I guess. Psycho. But, you know who else they said was crazy? Christopher Columbus. Whenever Christopher Columbus said the world is round, I have been here, I've been to this place, I have seen these people. They are not like anything I've ever seen. They do not look the same. They do not sound the same. They don't act the same. I've met these people. The earth is round. You can get to the other side by going this way instead of having to go. That's how it works. And when he returned to, I think, France it was, he spent the rest of his days in an insane asylum because he said the earth is flat. Now, what if a man said, I have seen aliens? What if a man says that I have seen aliens and one follows me around all the time, and there's one behind me right now that you can't see and only I can see him? People would be like, this guy is ape shit crazy. What is wrong with this person? He has to be locked away. But what if that man has an alien that lives behind him and walks with him in his shadows everywhere he goes, and he's the only one that can see it and communicate with it? And if he tells anybody about it, he's a psychopath and he's crazy, and he'll live the rest of his days in an insane asylum. Because that's the same thing that happened to Christopher Columbus, because everybody's definition of what's crazy changes over time. The definition of crazy may be, or the definition of insane is doing the same thing expecting different results. Sure, but the definition of what makes a crazy person changes over time. They thought Christopher Columbus was crazy because he said the earth was round. Something they knew was not possible. But what's possible changes. There was a time when somebody jumping from the ground and slamming a basketball into a basketball goal was impossible. When Willie Mays, who was it? Who came in to somebody came in to pitch. Somebody came in to pitch and they hit the ball. Vic Wertz was at bat. I think it was Vic Wertz at bat. Vic Wertz hit the ball. And where he hit the ball, it was not a question. It was like, can he get to it before this becomes an in-the-park home run? Willie Mays ran across the field and caught that ball over his shoulder the first time anybody had ever seen a baseball caught over the shoulder. He did something that until he did it, the people thought were impossible. Everything is impossible until somebody sees it done. Therefore, what is impossible? Nothing is impossible. Only things that haven't been seen yet. So, that being said, I believe everybody's going to end up like this one day. I think this is the future. A lot of people at home, sitting by themselves, spending a lot of time by themselves. Those who have families will eventually dwindle within themselves. Maybe those who have families will be more outgoing and may be more inclined to spend time with other families. But those groups and those cliques will grow smaller and smaller and smaller because people will betray each other, and there will be that's how it'll be in the future. Is there will just be everybody will be confined to themselves. They'll be able to communicate through this. Everybody will be able to communicate through Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and Twitter and all these things, and there will be no need for actual communication. We may be 100 years away or 200 years away from this, but I almost guarantee that's where we'll all be. And I'm just getting a head start on it. Maybe if somebody listens to this shit in 100 years, they'll look around at the park they're sitting in with the screen that's wherever the fuck they go, and they're like, oh, he was wrong. We're all out here in the world. But could go the other way. Who knows? I don't. I just talk. Absolutely, Abby. You're from the future too. They need our help. They need us to help them navigate. I'll say that's accurate. So how about this? Let's do something fun for this last little bit here. Let's see. Check this out. All right. So I'll put these on for just a second longer. All of my neighbors, they leave the phone books out in front of for me because I'll get rid of these things. I've already done one today. I like to rip phone books apart. But I'm not He-Man, so I ripped these little extra pages out. I got like 3 or 4 of them. I already ripped one of them apart. My neighbors there was a couple neighbors that haven't seen me do it before. And I do it every time they come around. These poor trees. But I do take them and recycle them, so don't freak out. I do take them and recycle them whenever I'm done with them. Okay. Let's see what I can. You guys aren't gonna be able to see my face here, but let me give a little bit of this here. No, that's too much. Hey, you see this? Here's my phone. See how thick this thing is compared to my phone. It's like half a phone thick. We're gonna rip this bad boy apart. Let's see how many pages here. Oh, I got another one in there. Can't do it with that. All right, let's see. Come on, bitch. Alright. There's your fun for today. Took me a second. Forgive me. Can't rip it apart like just paper. Got everything except these 2 pages at the front here. I got all the rest of them though. Looks like money, doesn't it? I wish I had that much money. Fear not, they will be recycled. Huh. It's new. It's phone book season. It's phone book season. Fun stuff. So yeah, I guess I'm a crazy person from the future. We're all crazy people from the future, Abby. That's who we are. That's what we are. But I guess that's better than being a crazy person from somewhere else. At least the future is I don't know. Who knows? Maybe we're getting to the point now to where it's okay for the future to be now. I'm living in it. I don't know where. Obviously, there's a few more of us that are living in it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I guess it takes a whole lot of being fine with things not being quote unquote normal to be okay with that. But I'm okay with it. So anyway, sorry I missed the episode last week. I was literally just wrapped up in Game of Thrones, and I was so stressed out and just really, really stressed out, and not happy with how this weekend was going to turn out. And I'm sorry for that. So hopefully this episode makes up for that, and I'll have another one coming out to you on Sunday. And I haven't been having a lot of guests lately just because I've been in shit mood, just haven't been feeling good. Haven't been feeling good at all. And yeah, it's been sad. But at least I got Game of Thrones to pacify me, And whenever I finish this, apparently Arrested Development is next on the list. Spent yesterday waiting on tomorrow. I read that one today. I never text and drive, so I will be listening. That's good. I got in one of the worst wrecks of my life texting and driving. I wasn't wearing a seatbelt. My rear-ended somebody, had a tailgate down. Had one of those big boat hitches. The frame of my car wrapped around that hitch. If that hitch hadn't have been there, his tailgate would have took my head off. I would have drove under his truck. It would have been bad. But thank God. Have a great night too, Abby. You do the same. I'm actually about to sign off right now and get back to this Game of Thrones thing. But I do appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Talk about nothing. Just get shit off my chest for the remainder of this shit. Actually, the remainder, the pretty much the duration. I appreciate y'all being understanding about me just whining, I guess. And I'm sorry if sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and apologize at the beginning of this in the intro that I'm just whining the whole time, and my feelings won't be hurt if you don't, if you have to stop this at some point. But yeah, just been whining. Sorry about that. Anywho, I think that's all I got for you for right now. We're going to be doing, Seth Scalera is going to be coming on to do some episodes with about the Game of Thrones. Patrick's going to be joining us for those as well. I am a season 5 in right now. I will be caught up probably by the time I go to sleep tonight. I'll be caught up with season 5 by the time I go to sleep tonight. And then Chad and Brittany's wedding tomorrow. I'll be doing some PA and announcing for that, and alongside Patrick Hanna, my regular podcast guest. And so after that I'll be able to probably watch half of season 6. So what I'm saying is that I guess it's whatever season they're in now, I'll be caught up to current within the week. And that's probably not the best thing, because I was kind of just trying to catch up on it just in time to just like, oh man, that's awesome. MLB.com. But anyway, yeah, so shit, what was I just saying? I just thought about MLB.com. My buddy just texted me that they're 65% off merchandise all day. That's awesome. Wish I could get some. Anywho, let's see. Where was I just? Oh yeah, I wanted to just to catch up right at time to watch the finale of the Game of Thrones, so overshot that a little bit. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. Be able to watch a little Arrested Development between now and then. I heard that's pretty awesome. Joey tells me it's good. I felt bad too a while ago. I went down to Hot Fish Club and did a little scoping out of where the wedding's going to be tomorrow, where I'm going to need to set up, and where we're going to be up in. Me and Patrick are going to be up in the crow's nest, looking down on everybody and kind of playing music and whatnot. So, yeah, whenever that happens, we'll be... Yeah, whenever that happens, we'll be... I'll be coming back home to watch Game of Thrones and catch up on that stuff. And We'll have some more friends married, and I feel bad too that I am going to be at Chad and Brittany's wedding tomorrow, but I was not able to go to California and be in my brother Carrie's wedding, or be at my brother Carrie's wedding and be at Chad and Brittany's wedding tomorrow. I just hate that I could not do both of these things, but just I'm my hands are literally tied, and I actually did some extra digging and asked a few favors that didn't work out, and then realizing that, even if I did ask a few favors, I would inevitably have to pay this back, and I just can't afford to do that, and I felt shitty about it. But I'll make up for it somehow. And tomorrow's going to be a good day for Chad and Brittany, and I'll be glad to be a part of that. So, yeah. Either way, things will work out exactly how they're supposed to, because that's how things work. So, there's that. All right, well, I'm going to let you guys get on with your lives for the day. I appreciate you letting me whine to you for an hour. Please go to the Facebook page. Please go to the Instagram. Please go to the YouTube at Kelsey Hudgens, or on Twitter as well if you want to follow me personally. Kelsey Hudgens on YouTube is the channel. At MI Stuff Podcast 1 on Twitter, the number 1. And at MI Stuff Podcast on Facebook and Instagram. Also at Yonder Wizard, Wizzerd. Yonder spelled just like yonder, Wizzerd, on Instagram if you want to follow me personally, and hit me up on Facebook, Kelsey Hudgens. That's the one with the clown face. Yeah, do that. Also, if you guys want to drop a tip in the tip jar, paypal.me/Kelsey Hudgens. Drop a tip in the tip jar on that. There's links to all of these things. My SoundCloud account, if you guys want to subscribe to the SoundCloud. All links of all of these things are in the description of the YouTube video. And mistuffpodcast.com with the blog that I've written 7 or 8 entries into and stopped almost a month ago. I haven't written anything in quite a while. I will get back into it, but just I haven't been in a good headspace to do that. So just know that. Yes, Game of Thrones episodes are coming. More in-game. Chad Smith is going to actually be a part of an episode. He wants to come on and talk about in-game again here soon. So there'll be more in-game spoilers that are coming. So just be aware of that. Anything that you watch, if you haven't seen Game of Thrones yet, there will be spoilers. If you haven't seen Endgame yet, there will be more spoilers, and I encourage you to go see that, and also to watch Game of Thrones. I have been proudly part of the crowd of people who have never seen a single episode of Game of Thrones until recently, only because I knew I would like it too much and it would take over my life. And plus, what am I supposed to do? Wait a whole week to watch these episodes? I want to see them all in, like, bang bang. I want to get this done quick. I don't want to have to wait. I'm impatient. But I've waited 8 years to start this, so there's that. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. Be good people. In a world full of shitty people, don't be one of those people. Be a good person. I love you. I mean it. Peace, bitches. YouTubers, hang tight for just a second. Let's do this intro thing. Hey guys, how you living? Are you doing well? Good. Glad to hear that. Really sorry that I didn't get an episode out to you on Wednesday or Thursday this week. I just been feeling like a piece of shit because I couldn't go to my brother's wedding, and I couldn't afford to make it, and I feel shitty about that, and I've been sad, and I've been pouring myself into Game of Thrones so that I don't have to be a part of the real world for a little while. And that's as honest as they get, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, there's that. But I felt just so bad to the point where I didn't even realize that I didn't release an episode. I didn't give a I'm sorry or a post of what was going to happen or when I was going to release the episode or anything like that. I just didn't I just didn't think about it. And I'm ashamed of that. So I apologize to you for that. I owe you guys an episode on Sundays and Wednesdays, or at least an explanation of why you're not going to get it. And I apologize. It won't happen again without explanation. So yeah, basically just randomly whined while picking guitar a little bit. And if you get bored, it's not going to hurt my feelings if you cut this episode off. I know that it can feel like it's dragging on at some points, because it even felt like that for me when I was talking about it, just because I was using this as a therapy session. I was using this as just to talk about things that bother me. And at some point in it, I do grab closer to the end, I grab a phone book, a full Horry County phone book, or Georgetown. I think it's Horry County though. But yeah, grab an entire phone book and rip it apart, and you can see that on the YouTube video. There was only 3 or 4 that see it live. So yeah, watch that. See me rip apart a phone book. And I'm not talking about one of those little bitch phone books. I'm talking about a real one. I did tear all the little cardboard inserts, all the hard pages. I tore those out. There's only like 5 or 6 of those, but there's like 1,000 other pages in it. So there's that. Anyway, yeah, like I said, it's not going to hurt my feelings if you cut this one off, just because I realize I'm just whining and this episode is mainly for me. There will be guests coming soon. Brother Jamie Deluxe is obviously going to be coming back soon. We're going to be getting our little once a month talk with Jamie. I haven't talked to him about exactly when, but that's going to happen. Going to be getting Seth Scalero and Patrick are going to be coming on to talk about Game of Thrones. I want to try to do that with both of them in studio. But Seth might be one that video chats in, and I'll just have to figure out a way to make that happen. But I'll figure something out. But anyway, yeah, that's going to be going on. We're going to be doing the Game of Thrones talk. Chad Smith, who's getting married tomorrow, I'm going to be running a little PA sound for his wedding, and he's wanting to come on and do a talk about Endgame and how he felt about it. And both of us have some similar opinions on certain parts of the movie that could have moved a little quicker. So we're going to be talking about that. And also, my good friend Adrian is wanting to come on and do an episode with me, and we're going to be talking about service industry and how people like doing the right thing in service industry, and like how to be a good customer, I think, and how to be a good server as well, or just she's worked in service industry, I think, pretty much all of her life. She's very, very good at it and knows a lot about it, and all about other things too, not just service industry. But we're gonna be talking about some cool shit. But we've been talking back and forth about doing an episode, and that's gonna be coming up soon as well. So be excited for that. Go to the Facebook page at MI Stuff Podcast, MI Stuff Podcast 1 on Twitter, at Yonder Wizard, WIZZERD on Instagram for my personal shit, and MIStuffPodcast.com. Without further ado, episode number 130 of MI Stuff. Enjoy, motherfuckers. All right, YouTubers, thanks for hanging out. I love you. Be good people. In a world full of shitty people, don't be one of those people. Be a good person. Click the link in the middle of the page and subscribe if you haven't already. And the videos at the top of the page if you want to watch something cool that you haven't seen before. If you have seen before, watch it again. Give me some views. Give me some subscriptions, y'all. Help me out. Share my page out. Share my YouTube out. We want to get to 1,000. I'm about to break the 300 mark, I would say, within the month. I really want to jump. I'm excited to get to 420, just like Jamie Deluxe called it out a few weeks ago. He was like, I was just really stoked to get to 420. Like, that was something that was awesome. So I'm stoked about getting to 420 viewers. I'm really stoked about getting to 1,000 though. So let's get there. Help me get there. Share the page out a little bit. I love you. I mean it. Click the links in the middle of the page. Click the videos at the top of the page. Be good. Video there. Video there. Link here. No, here. No. How does it go? There. Link there. Link right there. Click that. Click that. Click that thing. Click that thing. Click that thing right there. Click that thing.